Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing topic of conversation. I want to thank my sponsors, the Health Channel. So please sign up for their newsletter for anything regarding to your health. If you ever need an office space or a virtual office or just an office for an hour, Alexa's Workspaces can help you. And if you ever want to have your own business and don't know how to market, sign up with hermosamujer.net and they will help you with an ecosystem that helps empowering women be their own boss. Ingrid, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Gladys. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, habits. We all have our habits and we all do it like mechanically. Like, for example, what you were saying to me before, like brushing your teeth, or simple things that we go through the day without thinking. But we also have our bad habits, which keeps us in our mind. Like, for example, we shouldn't eat something, and of course, like me, I go and eat it. It's like going against a habit. So, why do we do this? How can we reorganize or reprogram?
Well, habits are good for many cases, especially the good habits, because that frees up your mind to focus on more important things than things that are very mechanical and everyday habits. But the bad habits is where we should start. Then when we have freed up our mind, we should start focusing on our bad habits in our private life and also in our businesses. Now we have time to focus on why do we keep bad habits?
Why do we keep on doing it? I feel it's like a recurring thing that one side of our mind goes, no way, you need to stop this, and another side goes, I don't care, let's do this.
Right. So if we translate that into our businesses, most of us or that are in business for different reasons. But one of the main reasons is that we want to make a living, and we want to do it efficiently. We want to find a balance in our life. So if there is something in the business that is not that is a pain point, or it feels like a bad habit, you get irritated at it, doesn't bring you enough reward, whether it's satisfaction of completing a task or the bottom line, then it's a very simple method. You could just stop yourself and ask why am I doing it this way?
Well, there comes the why.
Here's the why. So it's actually a very simple methodology. It's called the 5 whys. And the trick is you don't stop after the first why. You keep drilling and drilling and drilling until the 5th why. And then hopefully you come to the real root cause of the problem. I can give you an example.
That's my next question. Give me an example so we can all understand.
One example that's very frequently brought up when people talking about the 5 whys, because it's a common approach to find really the root cause of a problem. And that is, one of the monuments in Washington, D.C. was deteriorating. So why was it deteriorating, Gladys, do you think?
Age, material that it was made of?
Well, it was actually deteriorating because it had to be cleaned with very harsh cleaning
chemical.
To make it clean, because it was getting dirty. So then they asked themselves, why are we cleaning it with harsh material? Because it was dirty. It had bird droppings. Why did it have bird droppings? Because there were a lot of insects attracted to this monument. So
Why?
why were there insects at the
So
monument?
that's our third. Why?
Yes. So why were there insects attracted to the monument? That the birds obviously ate. That's why the birds were attracted to it. Because of the lighting at the monument. The lighting attracted the insects, so which attracted the birds that created the
Which
dirt. So the
which
fifth
created.
why is, what should we do to fix this problem? So the answer is really, instead of stop using the harsh chemicals, you change the lighting. And then you come to the root cause of the problem. You eliminate the cause of the problem, not put a Band-Aid on it.
So the Band-Aid would have been change chemicals.
Exactly.
Change the soap.
Something that's not so harsh, it doesn't deteriorate.
Correct. So it
But it would
doesn't
have
deteriorate.
continued. The problem would have still been there. So you can use the same if you finding yourself that you're not solving a problem in your business. Keep drilling down. Why? And it takes a little practice, because we're so used to running for the first solution that we can think of.
Correct. That was my question. How do we know that we need to get to a more wise? Is the fifth why the magical one?
It's like I said, it takes a little practice, but you can see, once you can see the results, you get to one or two whys, and you change a little thing in your business. And if you see that you don't have the same problem anymore, maybe it pops up a different problem, just like when the monument, for example, if they had stopped at the second why or the third why with the droppings, they would have never gotten to their solution about changing the lighting. So you will come to one or two whys in something that you do in the business, and you will change something. And if you see that I'm still finding that I have the problem, or maybe generated slightly another problem, you keep going. And I recommend having this conversation if you have a group of people that work, because once work with the same problem or the same process, because you may not realize that it's a problem. It's just an annoying process. It's cumbersome. It takes too long. It's not efficient. I'm losing money on it. I have to redo things. If you do it as a team with everybody that's part of this process, you're going to get a lot of whys and a lot of different solutions probably.
Yeah, because each person sees, I call it the movie in a different theater.
That's
like
exactly.
you're seeing the same movie, but each one goes to a different theater, so each one has a different perspective on what the problem is.
That's correct.
So I think that bringing together all your team and understanding how the others see the problem may be a continuation of the why.
I totally agree with you. And in addition to that, it's not only solving the problem in your business yourself, you're actually bringing a team together that creates, a team effort to improve something. And when people feel that they're a part of something and their voice is heard, that's a benefit as well. It just creates a better working environment on top of it.
Because they feel integrated and they feel that they have been heard.
Yes. And they make a difference. They contribute to the business, the success of the business.
Because there's a lot of people that on higher positions, they don't want their team involved.
That's true. So it all depends on, what type of environment you have, what your circumstances are. It may not be possible. You may be a one-man show, but if you could then bring in somebody that can help you, if you can't get to at least 2 or 3 whys and an answer, try it on somebody else that's external, because they can come from a totally blank slate and say, why do you do it this way? And forces you, if you were the person, I would force you
deeper.
to think and explain to me why you're doing it your way.
Can you give us another example on the why related to business that you can apply?
You can, for example, I'm very much into processes, improving processes. Let's say that you have a cumbersome, let's say that you lose or you have a very cumbersome approval process to approve invoices.
Okay.
It takes too long to approve invoices, for example. You may have one or two people having to sign off on it. And then you start thinking, why am I doing it this way? Why is it that I require this extra work to have this completed? Am I unsure of what the correct, do I not feel trust in the process? That's why I have to have a lot of people looking at it. Then you have to now think about, why do I not feel trust in this process? How can I change it so that it can go smoother and quicker? So the people that are tied up with checking invoices can do something that's more efficient and more, instead of more efficient and more profitable and bringing my business forward.
So then you go back with, did something happen that you require now 2 people to check invoices?
Yeah, or maybe you find another system to do it. Instead of having these 2 people to feel that you feel comfortable, you have to drill down deeper. And here's where you have to look at your processes and see if there's an easier way to do it. So it's not always simple, because where you're running into a problem is where there are trust issues. Why do you have 2 people signing off of it? Why don't you have 1, for example?
So bottom line is a trust issue.
Well, in that case that I brought up as example, it is. Other examples, let me see if I can think of something. What if you, for example, are missing customer calls?
Okay.
People call in and you're missing the call, or you don't get the lead. Why is that? It could be one simple thing as, you know, my voicemail is not set up properly for people to do it. I don't have an answering service. The phone, before the voicemail is picking up, it's ringing 10 times, so people hang up. I don't have a person that can answer the phone and take care of the problem immediately, or take care of the sale, because people don't want to leave voice messages. They want it to be taken care of right away. If I don't have a person there picking up, maybe possibly they hang up and call my somebody else. So why do I not have a person there that can answer this? Why don't I?
So how do you start the process of organizing a business? Like, what is your first question when you come in?
Well, we normally come in when there's already an existing business, and there is something that this business owner or this business wants to have help with, because they're finding they're not optimizing their business.
Or they're stuck in something.
Right, or they're stuck in something. So normally, we don't come in and do a full assessment. We usually start with, obviously, an interview with a person that finds that there's a pain point. And there's normally 1 or 2 pain points, like that they feel it's frustrating. Look at the frustrations. That's where you're going to find the easiest, quickest wins. What are you frustrated with? Can't get products out quick enough, for example. And then we go in and we follow a process. It's a methodology. It's called DMAIC. It means define the problem, measure the problem, analyze the problem, implement an improvement, and then control it. So we come in, we look at a baseline. What is it that is not working now? It takes too long to manufacture a TV cabinet. I'm in the business of manufacturing TV cabinets. It takes too long. It sits on the shelf for too long. So then we may come in and we do a time study. How long does it take? It takes 4 days. How can we bring that time down to 2 days? So first we come in and look at, what are you doing now? And then we find little ways where we think that it can be done more efficiently. Maybe you don't have material in order. You need to run to the store to buy the material to build the TV cabinet. That is a waste of your time. So why do you do it that way? So we kind of come in and kind of uproots the existing way how things are
Take
done.
everything apart.
We come in and question the habits.
Got it. Ingrid, this was really interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gladys, for having me.
And hopefully everybody can start with their 5 whys and change the bad habits into good habits.
I hope so too. And you remember, small incremental changes may make a big difference at the end.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
with
Gladys.
that, everybody, I will see you next week, and hopefully we will have peace in the world. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.